Catherine's takeaway? What does she want the community to really understand about seniors?
I'd like people to know that our seniors are struggling. Maybe check on your neighbors, check on your parents, your grandparents. They need you. A lot of them aren't going to say.
Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show. Tune in for a vibrant mix of fashion, finance, and life's essential foundations. Join us for expert interviews, insightful discussions, and empowering insights to elevate your lifestyle. From fashion trends to financial tips and personal growth strategies, we've got you covered. So grab your headphones and get ready to be inspired. Tune in now to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show and embark on this exciting journey with us.
Welcome, everyone. This is Marie Antoinette Waite here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show, where we cover over 5 million households here in the greater Los Angeles. And we are available on 1050 AM and 106.5 FM. You can also stream our show on iHeartRadio, Pandora, Spotify, you name it. We are in your favorite streaming channel. Anyway, today I have an amazing guest for you. And he is Dr. Keenan Williams. Dr. Keenan, welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle.
Thank you. Thank you, Maria. I appreciate that introduction. Hello, everyone.
So Dr. Keenan is someone that I met at the ServX event with Manny Lopez, and he is the one that I am so excited to learn more about. So Dr. Keenan, where are you calling from?
Today, I'm calling from Orangeburg, South Carolina, from our office, our location here.
Okay, and I see that you have this backdrop that it says Proactive Realty Group. Is that the company that you're running right now?
Yes, the Proactive Realty Group, and under that company, we have flighttosafety.com and our main company, proactivefunds.com.
Okay, well, Dr. Keenan, can you give us a little bit more about your background, how it all started for you?
Yes, ma'am. So, Dr. Keenan Van Williams, my degree is in psychology. One of the first questions I always get from people are, what is your degree in? It is in psychology. I have a doctorate degree in general psych. Background, I come from Oakland, Bay Area, Oakland, California. Raised primarily in Oakland border Berkeley, and went to school in Berkeley. And growing up, life has some challenges. And my, mom was a young mother, not the most stable. As a result of that, I was able to benefit from some social impact, part of my mission. My aunt had Section 8 apartment in Berkeley, California on the waterfront across the street from James Kinney Park. And I was able to benefit from a lot of the social service programs that they had at that time. And so that would kind of propel my mission for social impact.
Okay, and so when did this start?
So I've been in real estate. This is my 26th year. I started real estate April 1999. The Social Impact Fund, we began August of 2019. We formally started our Social Impact Affordable Housing Fund, which is a Reg D 506C fund for accredited investors. And we just rolled out a Reg CF offering for non-accredited investors, so to democratize the process so they can invest alongside us and reap some of the benefits as well in the impact.
Wow. So you said you have how many years in real estate? 20?
This will be my 26th year.
26 years. That's a lot of years. So what was the motivation for you to even get into the real estate?
Well, growing up, as I said, having experienced some social impact and seeing, what happens if you're not financially stable. I've always had a passion for business, for entrepreneurship. And I started out as, just doing entrepreneurship, and then it quickly developed into social entrepreneurship once I graduated college. And just real estate is one of those assets that rarely goes to zero. So no matter what the market is doing, we always need a roof over our head.
So can you share a story where you've made such an impact to someone else's life during the time that you were doing it in the beginning of your career?
Oh God, wow. Which story? So yes, we've been able to provide housing that's quality, affordable, and revitalized, renovated. I had one lady who was a bus driver who had
Okay.
3 kids, and they came from a domestic violence situation and were previously unhoused in the Bay Area. And I was working, I was an individual myself. I wasn't proactive. Realty Group, and we were able to get them housing and get them into a safe, private, located place through an organization called Building Futures with Women and Children out of San Leandro, California. And I'd say that would have to be one of my most impactful events that I recall, is being able to provide housing. She had previous evictions due to the domestic violence.
Wow.
And also, once she was free from that domestic violence, she moved to a place and the landlord would not fix anything. And so her options were, do I continue to live here and subject my kids to mold and disrepair, or do I save my money and move to another place? And in the midst of all of that, the spouse that she was with previously, found her, and we got a call, and the social worker was just asking, like, hey, it needs to be a private placement. And I explained to her that, even as a psychologist, that, we have privacy mandates just, by trade. So we were able to work with that family and get them housing. They're now thriving. And this was back in 2017. And she recently reached out to me from a LinkedIn post that she saw, and just called and was just like, hey, this is where I'm at. This is what I'm doing. And thank you, Mr. Williams. You were able to help us become stable and successful.
Wow, that is amazing, Dr. Cannon. Now, can you give us more information about your educational background? Because you have is it a PhD that you have? Okay.
Yes.
And what is a PhD?
So my major was psychology.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And what is something that we need to know about psychology? And I know that you mastered it. You mastered on this, or it's a doctorate degree. So what is something that we need to know about it for people that are also, maybe thinking of getting into psychology?
That it's very rewarding, the psychology, the social services, the helping field. However, it's very important to take care of oneself. If you decide you want to go into the psychology field, I can't tell you how important it is to have a high level of self-care, because in psychology, whether it be psychology, social work, social services, you're kind of absorbing, just think of it as a sponge. You're kind of absorbing all of these things from people and events and situations, and you don't want to overwhelm yourself. So self-care would be my number one factor, and have some sense of normalcy that, how do you center and meditate each day and maintain a strong peace of mind.
Okay, so when you finish school, you didn't think that you want to concentrate on being a psychologist instead of real estate? I mean, I'm trying to figure out the connection between the two.
Yes, ma'am. So, and great question. I believe it or not, I get that question asked more often than not. They're like, well, you wasted your degree. And so I says, no, we're a social impact fund. So all during school, I owned real estate, whether it be a fourplex, a sixplex, a duplex, single family, multifamily, had never gotten to the manufactured home space. And at some point, I guess we'll talk about that. And so for me, I'm using my psychology degree more than I even think I would have used it in any other profession. Like, I've worked in psychiatric. I used to work at John George Psychiatric Pavilion in the Bay Area, which is a locked psychiatric ward. I mean, serious mental health. I worked at San Francisco General before. I worked through a registry, and they'd send me to different sites. So I worked a lot of locked psychs, locked psychiatric, and I've also worked private psych where people have private insurance and the doors aren't locked for some of those places. I use my psychology degree every day in working with residents, understanding their needs, and training all of our staff and our managers, going to different sites, seeing what the needs are, working with social services. Like, Proactive does an extensive amount of second chance housing. So in doing that, I interact with different social workers programs to find out what those programs are about, who is the population that they serve, and how can we serve these populations along with them.
Wow, that's very impressive because I understand how you have to effectively communicate with the people that you surround with, and with your PhD in psychology, you make it more powerful for you in regards to working with other people. So I think it's a great experience and in educational background that you have, which makes you very unique among everybody else that are in real estate industry, isn't it?
Thank you. Yes, Marie. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and take a commercial break. And in our next segment, I want to dive into your PhD psychology experience and how you use that in real estate. I want to have more specifics on it, if that's all right with you.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So, for everyone else out there who is watching our show or listening to our show, please don't go away. We will be right back. And this is the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. I'm your host, Marie Antoinette Waite.
Looking to attract your target market without soliciting or doing the cold calling? Call Marie Waite and book your consultation. Branding gives you the power to create a unique and classy perception of your business for your target audience. A marketing plan without the right branding will always cost more, take longer, and tend to deliver subpar results compared to a well-branded business. Marie Waite is a branding strategist who formulates effective marketing and media programs to promote your business in building your name, brand, and legacy. Marie has over 10 years of experience and a proven record of creating strong brand content for business owners, entrepreneurs, and companies using her creative ideas, recommendations, and innovative programs. Book now at mariewaite.com or call her at 951-378-5316, 951-378-5316.
I'm Glenn Morshower. My face may look familiar to you from lots and lots of TV and film over the last 50 years. We're doing speaker training together and we're excited about helping you. We've got a lot of fundamentals that we will cover, including the art of playfulness, knowing who you are, remembering tonality, posture, all of these things that are life-changing. They are significant not only in your professional world, but in your personal life as well. We look forward to working with you in the near future. So there's work to be done. There's things to be experienced. There's connection to be had. There's feelings to be shared. There's people to be listened to. Things to be valued. The world needs a witness. It needs a witness.
There's a better way to solve the problem, but I realized that God had a greater cause for me, a humanitarian cause, and that's the part of my life that I'm in today versus where I was then after going through all of this.
And the truth is, we have it in us to do anything that we imagine. We just have to have the courage to step into our greatness.
From a different perspective or from a different context, a whole different set of options shows up. It's outside your comfort zone and all that, but when you see a vision, when you see something's possible, you want to go for it.
It's interesting, people talk about discipline and how much discipline it takes to live a life of intentionality, and certainly that's true. It does take discipline. I really want you to compare the cost of discipline versus the cost of regret.
If you're involved, you'll learn a lot, first of all. Okay, being in this group, you do learn quite a bit. And not just from people like me, but other people out there that have something to offer.
The conversations that impact your life, that change your perspective, those are the things that build trust. And those connections and the frequency of that. The more conversations you have with somebody, the more value that they bring to you, the more trust that you'll have in them.
Maybe I have to go meet some people that know things that I don't know. Join a real estate investor association, start going to some of the meetings, make those connections. To learn a little bit, just to help my knowledge base be more comfortable with it. Whatever it is, what do you need to do to prepare?
And I encourage you, if you don't have a will, you haven't done a will, for whatever you have, and you may have a bunch, you may have a little bit, but write out the will. Write down where you want things to go to.
So now when I'm selling them this house or this car or myself or a jacket or my business or my client, whatever it is you're selling, that's how they buy. That's their buying modality.
Because understanding your business and how you want to grow it and scale it is truly about building relationships. That is the key to what I would recommend in this realm.
If you absorb that in your mind, like in karate, put it in your mind, put it in your heart, you will reach all your success and dream. You will ignite it within your heart. Put it in your heart and do it in action.
I'm on fire about that. And it's interesting that when you're on fire, what on fireness comes from is crystal clarity. When you get crystal clear, you enter a space of zero doubt.
In Karate Legacy and the Power Within, we don't just teach karate techniques, we share the inspiring stories of incredible martial artists. Latino Gonzalez, the father of karate, paved the way for martial arts in the Philippines. His legacy lives on through his sons, Rolando and Roberto Gonzalez, who starred in over 100 Philippine karate movies, captivating audiences and bringing karate to the silver screen. Then we have Patricia Gonzalez, a symbol of strength and resilience. After overcoming her own battles, Patricia's journey embodies the spirit of perseverance. Her story encourages us to face our challenges head-on and emerge victorious. Each character in this book has a unique journey, friends and students who have dedicated their lives to mastering the art of karate. Their shared passion not only deepens their bond, but also strengthens their resolve to uplift one another. Through these compelling stories, Karate Legacy and the Power Within reveals the essence of karate, courage, unity, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. Join us in celebrating these extraordinary individuals and discover the strength that lies within you. Grab your copy of Karate Legacy and the Power Within, available now on Amazon.
Welcome back, everyone, here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. And I'm your host, Marie Antoinette Waite. And today, our guest is Dr. Kane Williams, who is has a PhD on psychology and also who's working in the real estate industry. So, Dr. Kane, I am so fascinated by your knowledge in the psychology and using that in the real estate. So how does that work specifically? Can you give us more detail on how you use that? Because I know that, you work with people and you use it effectively, but can you give us some more details on how you incorporate that as part of your business in real estate?
Yes. I'm glad you asked that question, Marie. So I incorporated because when I started out, with our social impact affordable housing fund here in Orangeburg, South Carolina, I bought a park. This is me personally before forming Proactive. Bought a park at 100 Banachie Circle in Orangeburg, South Carolina, which is now 100 Citrus Circle. And as a result of working with my family office, they called me up. They says, hey, we have an off-market deal for you if you'd like to have it. They had to take it back from another person who had bought it. And I said, sure. So, and I'm kind of moving, fast in the story, farther along in the story. So it was a 187, 39-acre park. And when I say park, meaning manufactured home park, but at that time it was a trailer park, dilapidated trailers, 6 weeks from being condemned. It was just a total disaster. The property had roughly 80 code violations. Yes. So that's what you call in real estate a value add heavy lift.
Okay.
Class C, below a Class C, because it wasn't even that standard. And in that property, I moved in the middle of the property into a trailer home. I had never lived in one previously prior to that. And I just went to work. And psychology played a pivotal role in dealing with the local people here and dealing with the residents, because I meet people where they are. So my regular attire every single day, I call it my uniform: jeans, t-shirts, steel-toe boots. I met with a lot of local and city government because I'm raised by older people from the South.
Okay.
In California that, and these are people that migrated to the West Coast from the South and the Midwest for better opportunities. And there's a really great book out about that called The Warmth of Other Suns. And it just talks about the great migration, how, Black folks moved to the West Coast for better opportunities. So because I had that type of foundation and upbringing, and I had a young mom, and so I had benefit of all her relatives, I was able to move to the South. Psychology played a pivotal role because it allowed me. So Orangeburg County at that time had quite a bit of poverty. And so I had never experienced that level of poverty when I moved to Orangeburg, like a 30% poverty rate.
Okay.
And so there's a lot of dilapidated homes, there's code violations. On top of that, these are people whose needs had previously been ignored. And I was able to assess it not just from a real estate perspective, however, from a human perspective, from a psychological perspective, to understand, okay, what are the systems in place here? What is the dysfunction? What's going on? How can I, as an individual and my office manager, better serve the people of this area and create a community?
Wow, I love that. I mean, you are not just looking at it in a small scale, you're looking at it in a community scale, which
Yes.
that is impressive. So, how would you describe yourself as a community leader? I mean, it looks like you're doing so many great things and you're connecting with a lot of the officials, but how would you describe as a community leader and also helping people to be able to afford the homes? How do you describe yourself?
So thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. And again, thank you for having me on your fantastic show and all of your hard work. I know it's not an easy task to get as far as you have today. So as a community leader, I describe myself as, first of all, I'm a believer. I'm Christian. I'm a believer in Christ. Acts 17:28 is my life verse. For in Christ, I have my movement and my being. The other thing is that I'm also an all faith person. So whether a person comes from a Muslim background, a Mormon background, a non-believer background, a Buddhist background, regardless of what the background is that we're all interconnected and we're all, we all should have some type of higher power, and whatever that is, I respect it. The other thing as a community leader, especially in our communities, is that we're all the same. And I'm a big believer in having diversity. Like, we need to mix up the place. And so sometimes I've gotten pegged as, oh, well, you have a Black fund. No, we have a fund for low income. My people are low income and lower income. And that is how I describe myself as a leader, is just to be altruistic, which I am, or do my best to be, and to serve. If I had to sum all of it up, it would be in service.
Okay, so since you mentioned diversity, because I know a lot of people, or some people, still look into the negativity when it comes to racism, and how do you manage that when someone is in that mode of thinking?
Real good question. I'll give you a quick example. I had a lady come to, this is in Orangeburg again, the park that I had there before. And by the way, I bought the park 2018. Just to give you a little quick background, I bought the park in 2018 for $1.2 million, sold it in August 2022 for $5.2 million. And I always look at the purpose. So I'm a purpose over ego type of person. Mm-hmm. What that means is that what is my highest calling? What am I here to do? I'm here to serve. I'm here to build community. I'm here to have social impact. I'm here to keep rents low. We have impact reports from Morningstar Sustainalytics, and we're only one of 2 companies globally, around the globe, to have a social impact affordable housing report on the Morningstar Sustainalytics platform. So I had a lady and her family come, and this is right after I established the fund, and I'm showing her around to different units for rent. I was on site manager and I had an office manager as well. Mm-hmm. And while I'm showing her the units, I just got this feeling. I say to myself, she's going to ask me, am I the owner? And so she says, now, sir, what role do you play here? I say, yes, ma'am. I say, what'd you say, ma'am? Now, what role do you play here? Who's the owner? Are you the owner? I said, yes, ma'am. She said, well, this won't work out for us. I said, yes, ma'am. I says, thank you, ma'am. If anything changes, ma'am, give me a call and we'll see what we have and you can come back. Or if you're looking to buy a home. And so that was it. That was the end of it. Alternatively, I've been embraced like I am the only Black dealer in the whole state of South Carolina that, recognized by the Manufactured Housing Board of South Carolina. I'm the only Black retail dealer. What does that mean? That means I hold a retail license to sell manufactured housing, to buy it, at cost from the factory. And I've been at conventions, I've been at different things. And, a lot of times I'm the only person there, person of color, however you want to describe it. And who cares? No big deal. And I've been embraced. So for every one experience like that I've had, which is far and few between, very rare, for any one experience I've had like that, I've had probably about 100, 125 constructive, positive experiences. And I wouldn't be this far if I didn't think, on a higher level and, service over ego.
Yeah, that's great. That's so nice to hear that you're able to, just deal with those kind of people that are still in the past and thinking negative about whatever their problem is. Because I've had those experiences too, which is really interesting because I'm a female and I'm a minority, and I still get that kind of reaction sometimes, which is really weird. But I think I like the idea that I like the information that you shared, that it is about your calling. It's about your purpose. And that's what people need to really understand in terms of who they are in their community. It's not about the color. It's about who they are and what is their purpose, what is their calling in regards to serving the community.
Yes, this is correct.
Yeah. Now, I also realized that you have a book. So can you tell us more about the book that you published?
Yes, it's right here. This is my first book.
Okay.
By the grace of God.
What's the title?
The title is The Affordable Housing Multimillionaire: Invest with Meaning, Create Housing Security, and Generate Consistent Cash Flow. Okay.
Well, I want to learn more about the book, but we're going to take a commercial break and we will be right back. So don't go away, everyone. This is Marie Antoinette Waite at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, and we are with Dr. Kanan Williams, and we will just honor our sponsor at this time.
I'm Glenn Morshower. My face may look familiar to you from lots and lots of TV and film over the last 50 years. We're doing speaker training together, and we're excited about helping you. We've got a lot of fundamentals that we will cover, including the art of playfulness, knowing who you are, remembering tonality, posture, all of these things that are life-changing. They are significant not only in your professional world, but in your personal life as well. We look forward to working with you in the near future.
Unlock the power within you with Who Do You Think You Are? Delve into the art of personal branding and craft a legacy that leaves an indelible mark on the world. Learn from real-life experiences and actionable insights, empowering you to become a leader in your field. Get your copy now and embark on the journey to unleash your true potential. Now available on Amazon.
Looking to attract your target market without soliciting or doing the cold calling? Call Marie Waite and book your consultation. Branding gives you the power to create a unique and classy perception of your business for your target audience. A marketing plan without the right branding will always cost more, take longer, and tend to deliver subpar results compared to a well-branded business. Marie Waite is a branding strategist who formulates effective marketing and media programs to promote your business in building your name, brand, and legacy. Marie has over 10 years of experience and a proven record of creating strong brand content for business owners, entrepreneurs, and companies using her creative ideas, recommendations, and innovative programs. Book now at mariewaite.com or call her at 951-378-5316, 951-378-5316.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Marie Antoinette Waite here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show, and we are here every Sunday at 3:00 p.m. Don't forget to tune in here on KCAA Radio. And again, we're going to continue our conversation with Dr. Kanan Williams. And Dr. Kanan, tell us more about your book that you published.
Yes. So as I stated before, it is The affordable housing multimillionaire invests with meaning, create housing security, and generate cash flow. It's a labor of love. I started in August 2022, and I knew that once I sold the park. So, quick backstory prior to the book, I was doing an interview, and so one of the people were like, one of the journalists was, "Well, Dr. Van, what's next for you?" And I says, "Well, you know what?" I says, "A book." And so at that time, I just had the first part of it, the affordable housing multimillionaire, and invest with meaning. And so that's all I had at that time. And so since then, the idea developed, and then I came out with this book, and it came from the sale of the property to publicly traded. Here I am, my first foray into manufactured housing, into a manufactured housing park. And I was able to, by the grace of God, obtain my dealer's license. And all of that came from, like you said, you asked before, psychology, meeting people where they are, listening, having that upbringing from the South, because, and this ties into the book. I was at the park, and when I say park, I'm referring to the manufactured home park at 100 Banachek Circle that we were able to sell a publicly traded UMH.
Okay.
And UMH is traded on the big board on the New York Stock Exchange. And by the way, we still retain ownership, 6 houses in their community. And I just bought a house there, a manufactured home that they've allowed me to live there, which is unheard of. They own 30,700 pads across the United States, and they do not sublease to anyone. So because we're so aligned with impact and affordability, they allowed me to.
What a great accomplishment, Dr. Kane.
Yes. Thank you. I appreciate that. So the book came about as a result of my experiences, impact, and just for people to know and get the message that you can accomplish your mission of social impact. For us, we focus on 5 sustainable development goals that were created by the United Nations, and they're abbreviated for SDGs number 1, 6, 7, 10, and 11. Okay. And this book demonstrates, Marie, that you can invest and have above market returns in the social impact space.
Okay, so the book provides some education in terms of how they can look at the program and then be able to learn how to invest wisely. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, invest wisely and invest for impact.
For impact. Okay. Well, that's a great purpose for the book. And so how are you doing where is it available?
Oh, it's available on Amazon.
Okay, so people can just find that over there in Amazon.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, Amazon and other major outlets that Amazon partners with.
Okay.
Like Barnes and Nobles.
Have you thought about being on a radio show or on a TV reality show?
Yes, I was thinking about like Zombie Fixer. I was looking at that show one day and I was like, wow, that's what I do. And I saw another couple shows on investment and you see your real estate gurus all the time. And sometimes I see them on YouTube and I'm like, okay, I have a ton of experience in the manufactured housing, multifamily, working with people locally and, high level, low level, it doesn't matter. So yes, I've thought about that.
Okay, well, did you know that I actually have a TV reality show for real men of real estate that is approved by NBC San Diego and Los Angeles?
Oh, wow. Yeah, I had read something about that. Tell me more.
So the Real Men of Real Estate TV reality show showcase the real estate professionals where we go into their daily activities and we help people understand who they are in terms of their goals, in terms of how they help the community, in terms of how they communicate with the people around them. So it's a great way to introduce the real estate professionals to the community so they understand what they're doing and who they are as a person also.
Okay. Yes, absolutely. I'm interested. Sounds like a fascinating show. I'm certainly going to catch some episodes over the weekend while I'm working.
Okay. Well, I think you are great for it, especially when you're doing some great things for the community. I mean, those are very inspiring stories that people need to watch or to listen to, because again, we're here to make a difference in the real estate industry. Am I right? So, with your book, being published and with your credentials and your experience and helping all these people that are, in not in a good situation, and you're able to give them a better quality life. I think that's an amazing story coming from you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Now,
and by the way,
yes,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, and by the way, my second book will be out in about 10 more days. And that book is called Driving Social Impact, Transformative Strategies in NOAH Housing, which means naturally occurring affordable housing.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. Now,
Yes.
What is your vision in the next 5 years with what you're doing right now, Dr. Keenan?
Oh, wow. Interesting question. Pure scalability, and to become even more ingrained in the impact space, to learn more about impact reporting, measurement, how it's conducted. We're currently working with Impact Evaluation Labs, which has partnered with Sorensen Institute. And the Sorensen Institute is a huge impact company organization that is just phenomenal. I mean, the work that they do, if you ever get a moment to look at YouTube and go to their website, Sorensen Institute, the Sorensen Impact Institute, it's just, they do phenomenal work there. And they're really authentic. They go in, they help people of all backgrounds, all nationalities, all ethnicities, and they're a global company. They're not just here in the United States. They're a global company, and they're a global impact company. And I'm working also with Impact Evaluation Labs, and it's just exciting, phenomenal. Scaling up to probably anywhere from 1,500 to 3,000 to 5,000 units to continue our mission of affordable housing. And when I say affordable housing, let me explain what our differentiator is. What sets us apart is that we shoot, our mandate is 20 to 30% monthly, every single month, monthly rental cost savings benefits. So just think about what that means. If you're a super commuter, or if you have kids and you need a place that's affordable.
That's amazing. So who are the kind of people that you want to be connecting with in order to support you with your vision?
Accredited investors, non-accredited investors, those in the impact space, social service agencies. We've partnered with Help of Southern Nevada, with Clark County, with OCAB here in South Carolina, with CETA in Chicago, with targetedarea.org, with NBH, Nevada Behavioral Health, just organizations like that, and people who are passionate about impact and truly about affordable housing.
Okay. Well, that's good to know, because who knows who's listening right now on our radio show. And I'm hoping that they will connect with you if that is something that they would like to participate and be able to, help you with your goals. Now, are there any specific goals that you wanted to accomplish this year?
Oh, yes. To really expand our footprint in the impact space, to ramp up our marketing so that more people know about us and what it is exactly that we do, to document more. I just did a video shoot last Sunday, and we went to 4 of our parks here in South Carolina, and stopped by the few homes that we own at the UMH Park, Garden View Estates. And so just to continue to expand and to continue to scale up the mission.
Well, you're a very inspiring person, Dr. Keenan. I mean, do you do speaking in front of a lot of young professionals or young kids? Because I can see that you can definitely inspire them to be like you.
Yes. So, Marie, I haven't had the opportunity quite just yet to get out and do a lot of speaking, because I'm always working. I've done several different podcasts on investing, impact, manufactured housing, do conferences all the time. I'm on panels. This coming week, early next week, I'll be on the Opal Group panel for social impact investing in West Palm Beach, Florida. I'm leaving tomorrow morning for that trip. Excited about that.
Well, I'm glad that you showed up here at Manny's event, because that's how, that's all the way down from South Carolina that you're here in San Diego, or I mean, where was it? Yeah, in San Diego.
Carlsbad.
Carlsbad, yes. So
Carl.
I'm so glad that you showed up to our event.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. And we also have a presence in Las Vegas. So my home base is Las Vegas. So my two home base are, call them both coasts. I live primarily on the West Coast and then part-time on the East Coast, just depending on what time of year it is.
Okay. Well, we're going to take another commercial break, Dr. Keenan. And so everyone out there, don't go away. We have one more segment with Dr. Keenan, and this is the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. We'll be right back.
Looking to attract your target market without soliciting or doing the cold calling? Call Marie Waite and book your consultation. Branding gives you the power to create a unique and classy perception of your business for your target audience. A marketing plan without the right branding will always cost more, take longer, and tend to deliver subpar results compared to a well-branded business. Marie Waite is a branding strategist who formulates effective marketing and media programs to promote your business in building your name, brand, and legacy. Marie has over 10 years of experience and a proven record of creating strong brand content for business owners, entrepreneurs, and companies using her creative ideas, recommendations, and innovative programs. Book now at mariewaite.com or call her at 951-378-5316. 951-378-5316.
I'm Glenn Morshower. My face may look familiar to you from lots and lots of TV and film over the last 50 years. We're doing speaker training together and we're excited about helping you. We've got a lot of fundamentals that we will cover, including the art of playfulness, knowing who you are, remembering tonality, posture, all of these things that are life-changing. They are significant not only in your professional world, but in your personal life as well. We look forward to working with you in the near future. So there's work to be done, there's things to be experienced, there's connection to be had, there's feelings to be shared, there's people to be listened to, things to be valued. The world needs a witness. It needs a witness.
There's a better way to solve the problem, but I realized that God had a greater cause for me, a humanitarian cause, and that's the part of my life that I'm in today versus where I was then after going through all of this.
And the truth is, we have it in us to do anything that we imagine. We just have to have the courage to step into our greatness.
From a different perspective or from a different context, a whole different set of options shows up. It's outside your comfort zone and all that, but when you see a vision, when you see something's possible, you want to go for it.
It's interesting, people talk about discipline and how much discipline it takes to live a life of intentionality, and certainly that's true. It does take discipline. I really want you to compare the cost of discipline versus the cost of regret.
If you're involved, you'll learn a lot, first of all. Okay, being in this group, you do learn quite a bit. And not just from people like me, but other people out there that have something to offer.
The conversations that impact your life, that change your perspective, those are the things that build trust. And those connections and the frequency of that. The more conversations you have with somebody, the more value that they bring to you, the more trust that you'll have in them.
Maybe I have to go meet some people that know things that I don't know. Join a real estate investor association, start going to some of the meetings, make those connections. To learn a little bit, just to help my knowledge base be more comfortable with it. Whatever it is, what do you need to do to prepare?
And I encourage you, if you don't have a will, you haven't done a will, for whatever you have, and you may have a bunch, you may have a little bit, but write out the will. Write down where you want things to go to.
So now when I'm selling them this house or this car or myself or a jacket or my business or my client, whatever it is you're selling, that's how they buy. That's their buying modality.
Because understanding your business and how you want to grow it and scale it is truly about building relationships. That is the key to what I would recommend in this realm.
If you absorb that in your mind, like in karate, put it in your mind, put it in your heart, you will reach all your success and dream. You will ignite it within your heart. Put it in your heart and do it in action.
I'm on fire about that. And it's interesting that when you're on fire, what on fireness comes from is crystal clarity. When you get crystal clear, you enter a space of zero doubt.
In Karate Legacy and the Power Within, we don't just teach karate techniques, we share the inspiring stories of incredible martial artists. Latino Gonzalez, the father of karate, paved the way for martial arts in the Philippines. His legacy lives on through his sons, Rolando and Roberto Gonzalez, who starred in over 100 Philippine karate movies, captivating audiences and bringing karate to the silver screen. Then we have Patricia Gonzalez, a symbol of strength and resilience. After overcoming her own battles, Patricia's journey embodies the spirit of perseverance. Her story encourages us to face our challenges head-on and emerge victorious. Each character in this book has a unique journey, friends and students who have dedicated their lives to mastering the art of karate. Their shared passion not only deepens their bond, but also strengthens their resolve to uplift one another. Through these compelling stories, Karate Legacy and the Power Within reveals the essence of karate: courage, unity, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. Join us in celebrating these extraordinary individuals and discover the strength that lies within you. Grab your copy of Karate Legacy and the Power Within, available now on Amazon.
Welcome back, everyone, here at the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show. This is your host, Marie Antoinette Wade, and Dr. Kenan Williams is our guest today, and we have one more segment with him. I'm excited to hear from him exactly what he would like to share with all of you, and I'm going to give him the floor at this time. Dr. Kenan, go ahead and share your message.
Yes, hi. So, would like to share the message of social impact, the importance of investing in social impact and the outcomes that come along with that, the housing security, the reduced inequalities, being able to meet energy efficiency, sustainable development goals 1, 6, 7, 10, and 11, as outlined by the United Nations, and to come alongside and invest in and with Proactive, whether it be our Reg D 506C fund for accredited investors. We have a track record since 2019. Since the fund was founded, our first investor came in 2020. We had 100% rent collection during COVID, and we've returned approximately $7.5 million to investors and lenders during that same period. Our historical return over that same period has been 25% per year invested for our investors. And we have a track record. We have a pipeline of properties. We have a current portfolio, which $4 million invested in. So I invest alongside my investors. And we just rolled out our Proactive Sustainable Bond. So no matter what the market is doing, because we invest in properties, we have a current portfolio that pays income. Investors can come in and expect a targeted immediate pref, depending on what program they choose. And our website is www.flight, F-L-I-G-H-T, the number 2, safety.com. Again, that's flight2safety.com for the Proactive Income Bonds, Proactive Sustainable Bonds, or 1-800-626-2089. Again, that's 1-800-626-2089, or invest at proactivefunds.com.
Wow. Thank you so much, Dr. Kenan Williams, for sharing your information. We're so honored to have you here in our show. And I'd like to extend my appreciation to Manny for bringing you into the event, because if it weren't for him, we would have not met you. So
Yes.
I'm so glad that we were able to participate at Manny's event. So for everyone that's out there, make sure you check out Manny Lopez. He has this events that he does every, I think, four times a year. And his next event is going to be on May 28th and 29th. If you wanted to participate and promote your business, make sure you get a hold of Manny Lopez, or you can, call me also at 619-453-4664, and I can connect you to Manny Lopez. I know that I am always going to participate at Manny's event, and I'm so glad that I connect with people like Dr. Kenan there. And there's so many people that I actually had a great connection with. So make sure you check out Manny Lopez event. And I also have an event that is upcoming, which is going to be in September. and it's called the Fire Up Live. You can check the fireuplive.com if you want to speak at my event. That's something I can provide also to you. Our radio show is here every Sunday at 3:00 p.m., Fabulous Lifestyle Radio. I'm very thankful for you supporting our show and listening to our guests, because I like to bring amazing people in our show that will help you, make your life fabulous, because that's our goal here in this show, is to make sure that you have access to great information to where you can improve your lifestyle. And I always like to have a fabulous lifestyle. That's why I am here and connecting with so many amazing people. So make sure you take advantage of our show. You can also tune in to the Building Solid Foundations channel via Roku TV and Amazon Fire TV. We have all our previous shows in there. Listen to and watch them, because you can learn so much from all of these people that we are doing an interview. And it's definitely going to improve your life more than anything else. If you wanted to participate at my show, feel free to call me again at 619-453-4664. And I would love to learn more about you and see how I can help promote your business. But anyway, again, thank you, Dr. Kenan Williams, for being here.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Yes.
Yes.
And again, this is the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show, and we are here and hope to see you next week. Bye now.
Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, where we talk about food, fashion, finance, and foundations of life. We are live on KCAA Radio Broadcasting Network. KCAA is affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. We are sponsored by Sheltered Studios, Fire Connect, and Building Solid Foundation.